Alrighty, good morning everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. How is everyone this morning? Hope I find you well this Sunday, and if not, hopefully we can change that, cheer you up a bit. Today is the 13th of August 2023, as we are skedaddling through the summer. I mean, holy crap, we're already almost halfway through August, if you can believe it. I can't believe it. It feels like we just started this month, and we're halfway through. So yeah, things are progressing nicely, aren't they? Full speed ahead through all of my festivities, celebrating my 15th anniversary as a YouTuber. We actually had one of the big special events last night, which we'll talk about on today's podcast. I'd also like to get you all up to speed on my progress in Street Fighter 6, as we kind of had to hit the reset button, shifting from Xbox to PS5, but we got some major positive progress there. And we've got gaming news today in a brand new segment. That's right. All right. So, let's get started, shall we? Good show. By the way, today's React Day, if you're not aware, it's my one day a week when we head over to DSP Reacts and I do my clip show, DSP versus the Internet. We had an unprecedented new record for the amount of videos nominated. Why? Because we had a lot of new members over the last couple of weeks. People have either been becoming a member or gifting memberships to my sister channel, DSP Reacts, which could be found at youtube.com/@DSP Reacts, okay? And because of that, so many people nominated videos. I think in total, I want to say we had over 70 videos nominated for the show. Obviously, there's no way we can watch 70 videos together in 3 hours, right? But it's fun. It's fun to have more people nominating because it means more variety, makes the show more exciting because you don't have the same people submitting every single week, right? So I'm excited for that, to jump over there and do our react show today. It should be a good one, all right? So let's start by recapping yesterday, all right? First of all, let's do a little segment about how I've been doing in Street Fighter 6, shall we? Because I didn't really do that. I've been doing that every day I play it, and I didn't do that yesterday. So as you guys know, I have converted from an Xbox player to a PlayStation 5 player. Not to say that the game is any different between the two. It's pretty much identical. But the reason for the switch is twofold. Number one, because I want to be on the console where most players are going to be playing. And not to say that this is a big deal for Street Fighter 6 because it's cross-platform, but I want to be on the console that most players are playing other fighting games. Notably, next weekend, we've got Mortal Kombat 1's beta. And the beta is not cross-platform, and the game will not be cross-platform at launch. So if I were still playing all my games on Xbox, I would have had a dramatically lessened player pool to play with, and likely would have had issues finding good matches. Okay? So that's number one. I mean, number two, PlayStation 5 is just the well-recognized console where everyone plays fighting games. So for future-proofing myself moving forward, it just made sense to swap my fighting game efforts over to that console. Because I was able to swap to that console, I was able to buy a much better joystick to play Street Fighter on. This joystick doesn't work with Xbox. In fact, there aren't too many great joysticks that work with Xbox. The one that I have been using, the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, was pretty much the best one that you could use on an Xbox console, okay? But PlayStation has all the options, and so I swapped over to this Kanba joystick, and I'm getting used to it. I still do feel like there's things I'm not used to yet. It is a tighter stick, so the reactions and things feel a little different, but for the most part, I really like the stick, okay? So, not only am I now playing on the console that has the most competition for fighting games that aren't cross-platform, but I also have overall better control, okay? So that's why we did the switch. But when we did the switch, all my rankings reset. So I hit Master with Blanca, I was at 3-star Diamond with Honda, and then it was like, all right, time to start over. Son of a bitch, all right? So here we go. Here's how I've been doing. I played with Honda 2 days ago, and during that session, I got from 3-star Platinum, which was my placing, okay, with my ranked placement matches, all the way up to 1-star Diamond, all in one sitting. I had an unprecedented 29-win streak, okay? 29 wins. Pretty damn cool. That's really hard to do, by the way. In that session, I had, from what I can see here, 47 wins and 22 losses for a 68% win-loss ratio. Very good win-loss ratio there. Seriously good. Okay? So with Honda, I'm now sitting at 1-star Diamond on PS5, and next time I play, I'm going to try to push him up the ranks. The good news is, I was at 3-star Diamond on Xbox. With one more session, I might hit that. We might actually get the 3-star Diamond, in which case I'm where I was on Xbox. I've regained that level with only a couple of streams, okay? Now, what about Blanca, who everyone arguably says is my main character and probably my best character? Well, last time around, we had kind of hit the reset button, all right? I had done my placement matches, and they had very annoyingly put me into 1-star Platinum, which is incredibly stupid. Way too low, makes no sense. I then went on a tear, and during that first session, of gameplay, I had done, from what I can see here, 69 wins and 12 losses, 85% win-loss ratio, which propelled me all the way to 3-star Platinum. Now, last time I played, which was yesterday, I started at 3-star Platinum, and in this session, I had 58 wins, 24 losses, 71% win-loss ratio, and that got me all the way up to 5-star Platinum and like halfway to 1-star Diamond. We're like there. We're like making good progress, okay? So basically, yes, I am doing really well with both Honda and Blanca, and overall, these are definitely my two best characters in the game right now. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to go back to other characters. I am. I've already been asked, what about Lily? What about Luke? These were characters you were playing with and enjoying, and now you haven't used them in a while. Or what about Zhang Yi? Well, I am. I swear to you, I will go back to those characters, okay? But I feel like what I need to do is I need to get back to where I was, reestablish the level I was at on Xbox, on PlayStation. Once I've done that, then we can go back and jump into other characters. Like, for example, with Lily, I'm pretty good with her, but I need to warm up a little bit because I haven't used her in a while. But man, if I go into placement matches on PS5, I might end up in mid platinum or diamond again. Same thing with Luke. Like, Luke's a really good character, and if I just play with him a little and I remember, the combos and the strategies, I might end up placing high with him. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I'm pleased overall. Now listen to this. I now have 2,000. Well, first of all, total matches played in Street Fighter 6. 3,538. Overall wins and losses. Overall, 2,124 wins. 1,414 losses for a 60% win rate. That's great. I can't wait. I hope I can keep this pattern up. Because over time, I'd like to make that even higher. A lot of those losses initially are from characters I wasn't great with at the beginning. And I've been on big losing streaks. Which really sucks that happened. But, that's just how it happens in fighting games like this. Till you get better, you're going to lose a lot, right? So we are on the road to 2,500 wins. We definitely won't hit it this week. You know, I'm going to do 2 more sessions of Street Fighter 6 this week. One on Tuesday, one on Thursday. Tuesday will be Honda. Thursday will be Blanca. Probably each session will get like 50 wins. So, you know, another 100 will get to like 2250 maybe. So we're on the road to 2500. But will I actually hit that by the end of the month? Honestly, I don't think so. Here's why. Next weekend, 2 days of Mortal Kombat 1 beta. That obviously cuts out a lot of new Street Fighter 6 gameplay. We will do Street Fighter 6, but it's going to be lessened. And then we're essentially near the end of the month where there's going to be my retrospective marathon, the premiere of Armored Core 6. So I don't think we're going to be playing as much Street Fighter moving forward. It's going to be lessened for the rest of August. So maybe by the end of August, or maybe like that first week of September, we will hit that milestone of 2,500 wins in Street Fighter 6, which would be sweet. And hopefully, like I said, we can get Blanca maybe back to Master. We can get Honda to 3-star Diamond and higher. And then we can go back to other characters. Okay? That's my feeling here. Fair enough? So that's Street Fighter 6. I don't really want to talk much about it today because that's it. Like, we're not playing it today. Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a community night. I'm not really playing Street Fighter 6 seriously again till Tuesday. So why spend a giant segment on it? What I would like to do is talk about last night's Tier Maker event that went down over on DSP Reacts, all right? If you weren't there, you really, really missed out. It was a really good time. In fact, hold on a second here. Is this the Street Fighter? That's the Street Fighter picture. All right, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to see if I can get the logo here for it. Let me see here. Here we go. So I'm going to see if I can get the logo up for it, because I got a new logo for it and everything. It was a really great event. For those who missed it, you did miss out, all right? It was super duper fun. It was 2 hours. Oh my God, that's huge. Okay, let's reduce the size. And let's reduce the size. Now let's increase the size. That was humongous. So, if you missed it, last night I did a 2-hour special over on my sister channel, DSP Reacts, the best games from 2010 all the way through 2022. 12 years of games that were reviewed. All right, we went basically through the number 1 and number 2 games that I had rated in my Game of the Year awards each year. And we rated them against each other. Right? It was really fun. There was big debate. Because let me tell you, some of the games that at one point I thought were Game of the Year, today I'm like, nah, I don't even really think about those games anymore. They've really not aged well at all. And then other games that at one point, maybe I thought it was runner-up, I think is like way better than the game that I had said was Game of the Year that year. You know, and some games to this day we still talk about. And other games is like, did they even exist? Right? It was really fun. It took 2 whole hours to get through those 24 games. So if you missed out on this event, you should check it out over on DSP Reacts. It's got great viewership already. It's not even been up for what? Like maybe 12 hours? And it's already got over 1,500 views and climbing. So obviously people like this kind of event. This is a really fun thing to do for my 15-year anniversary since I've been doing this for 15 years. I had 12 formal years where I did Game of the Year awards where I could basically go through those and do this kind of a tier maker. Really awesome. And special shout out to Arkham, who's the person who had put that together. And it was really well done. I think everyone had a great time. What I would say is if you watch this, please, if you enjoy it, like the video, and please leave comments. Engagement is key. And if people engage with the content on my React channel will get more attention, right? It is definitely a side project for me. I don't put as much effort or focus on that channel as I do into the gaming. But at the same time, I've really enjoyed branching out this year. And these tier maker videos have been one of my favorite things to do over there. So if you could help support it with comments and likes, that would be great if you could do that, okay? I would definitely love to hear what your guys' thoughts are overall on these rankings. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Right? Do you think I got something wrong? Did I rate something too high, too low? What's your reasoning? Please share, okay? So thanks in advance to anyone who does that. And I hope you enjoy the content over there because, again, we're going to be over there again today, which we'll talk about in a moment. But anyway, I'm very happy with how it went. And I hope you'll give it a look. Fair enough? Okay. All right. So now, guys, what we should do is talk about the schedule for the rest of the week because the schedule has shifted around and changed a bit this week. And I want you guys to be aware of what's going on so that way there's no confusion. All right. So today is React Day. After this stream ends, I'm going to head over to DSP Reacts. If you're on this stream live, you'll see a notice. It'll say, hey, click here to go over to DSP Reacts and check out the next stream. It's DSP versus the Internet, my weekly clip react show, where I react to all the clips that you, the members of that channel, have nominated. So at this point, I want to say we have like 138 members or something like that over there. So the record is 140. We're very close to hitting our members' record over there. Maybe we'll even exceed it today on the show over there. We'll see, okay? But I'm excited because we had the most number of videos nominated ever, around 70. Of course, we got Ultra members who are guaranteed to have their videos watched, and then we have standard channel members who are put into a randomized playlist per YouTube's choosing, and so we have no clue what we're going to watch, right? I'm curious what exactly will happen, you know, when we watch. Every week it's something different, so it's always a great show. I hope that you guys will join me for that right after this podcast ends over on DSP React. Keep in mind, if you're a member over there, not only do you get to nominate the videos for that show once a week, but also you get to watch all the archive streams immediately. You don't have to wait all week for parts to go live. You can actually just watch it immediately on demand, which is nice. Okay, continuing on. Later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, right here on DSP Gaming. It's the continuation of my awesome Chrono Trigger playthrough, and a really awesome throwback event. After 10 years, I finally have an opportunity to play this game again, thanks to the mini PC that was donated by a viewer. So far, I really enjoyed the playthrough the first 4 hours. Looking forward to more tonight. What it is after a while, I forget where the plot goes. Like, I remembered the first 4 hours, but now I actually can't remember what happens in the plot after now. So this will be fun to jump back in and see, you know, what happens. I hope you guys will join me for that later tonight. It's chill vibes. It's retro fun. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And I hope that if you show up tonight, you would support the stream as well. I understand that it's an old RPG, and a lot of people are like, man, he's not playing a new game. But at the same time, it's awesome. It's a great game, and I hope that you will join me and support it if you can. Okay? Tomorrow, Monday, we get back to full-time gaming for the rest of the week, by the way. And since this is an extended streaming week, I still have 4 more streaming days over the course of Monday through Thursday. All right? So Monday, it's the return of GTA 5 to the daytime stream. I know a lot of people were disappointed that there was no GTA 5 since Thursday. Well, it comes back on Monday as the main stream. And then Monday night is community night in Street Fighter 6. That's the night where we sit down together and I open a nice public lobby and people can join it and challenge me in Street Fighter 6, and I use a variety of characters. This week, likely I'll stay away from both Blanca and Honda. I'll pick other characters for variety, okay? And then if I get to them, we'll get to them, but I'm going to try other characters first, all right? Then on Tuesday, the main gameplay stream will be E Honda in Ranked Street Fighter 6 on PS5. He's at 1-star Diamond. Let's get him back to 3-star Diamond. I don't know if I'll be able to do it in one session, but hopefully we can make great progress in that and level him up further and get him back to where he was on Xbox, okay? Then Tuesday night will be more Chrono Trigger on the late stream. Wednesday, more GTA 5, and then Wednesday night will be Street Fighter 6 World Tour Mode. I'll be going back to the Xbox version of Street Fighter 6 to continue on with my campaign progress. We haven't played this now in several weeks, but it's always a late night chill stream that's very fun. A lot of interaction, you know, leveling up my avatar, getting the new special moves, new avatar pieces. Now I have like a ton of things I think unlocked over there that I can equip on them. So we'll mess around with that and see what happens with it. It should be fun. And then Thursday, my final consecutive streaming day, will be more Street Fighter 6 ranked, this time with Blanca, trying to get him out of 5-star Platinum into Diamond. And then at night, Chrono Trigger. And that is the streaming week. I'm off from streaming on this Friday. Now, I have pre-purchased Mortal Kombat 1 on PlayStation 5. However, I don't see any option to pre-install the game as of yet. Now, from what NetherRealm has told everyone, if you pre-purchase Mortal Kombat 1 on any console, you have access to the beta this weekend starting Friday. Well, Friday is my day off this week, okay? So my plan is to play the Mortal Kombat 1 beta Saturday and Sunday of this coming weekend, okay? But they need to come through on their promise. Right now, I'm a little nervous, you know. We're less than a week away from this beta, and you can't pre-download it yet. It's a little weird, no? So I am hoping that they come through and they weren't full of crap, because I bought the whole game ahead of time, which I usually don't do. You know, I rarely will buy a game ahead of time these days because you don't get anything for pre-ordering these days. In this case, you're guaranteed the beta, right? So hopefully it does come out, and that's what I'll be playing next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Mortal Kombat 1 beta on PS5, obviously on my new joystick, testing it out for the first time and seeing what the game's all about. Then that means that the React show next week will be delayed a day, and it'll actually be on Monday, and I know that's weird, but we have to do it because of time constraints of this beta, okay? And then the rest of next week, I'm here through Thursday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be full streaming days, where you're going to see more GTA 5, and probably, honestly, only one major session of ranked Street Fighter 6. Maybe what we'll try to do is squeeze in some ranked sessions on the late streams instead. So that way I do get enough Street Fighter 6 in, because basically it's a squished week because I'm playing the Mortal Kombat 1 beta that whole weekend, you see? So that's next week. And then keep in mind, the end of this month, Saturday the 26th, all right, is my big 15-year anniversary marathon event. During this marathon event right here on DSP Gaming, over on DSP Reacts, my bad, we're going to be reacting to your favorite moments from my 15 years as a content creator. If you haven't nominated the moments yet, what are you waiting for? The more moments that are nominated, the better the show is going to be. So please nominate moments by typing !retrospective right now in the chat. If you type that, the command will pop up, which you can nominate your favorite moments in the thread that I posted up. Now, if you're a channel member here on DSP Gaming, all right, you have priority to nominate clips because members have their own exclusive thread. All right, how do you access it? Right here on DSP Gaming, on the main channel page, there's a members tab. Click on that members tab, and the thread will show right there. It's from earlier this month. Head in there, post up. Members, we're going to review their suggestions first and react to those. Then we'll get to the generalized playlist of everyone else submitting. So the more clips submitted, the better. All right, seriously, we need more clips. If I have like 100 clips to go through or more during this day, that would be ideal. Now, some other things we'll be doing that day. If we get big contributions, I'll probably take a shot of some kind of liquor. I don't know what yet. I'm going to go to my liquor store probably like the day or two before this event and see what they got and get something for the event. My wife will be making some recipes for us. Okay, like she's done the last several marathons that you guys really liked. She's going to basically look up some interesting recipes and make some food that we'll try out together. I have no clue what it's going to be. You know, we had some themes. Two marathons ago, it was Street Fighter themed dishes. Last time it was American fare, like summertime food. I'm not sure what to do for my anniversary. I'm thinking, gee, what kind of stuff should she do for the anniversary event? I don't know. We haven't really figured it out yet, but we'll be talking about it over the next week to try to figure it out. So she'll be doing stuff there, and we'll be doing live taste testing over the course of the stream as well. So it's going to be a very fun event. Now, someone had an interesting suggestion last night. They said, hey, Phil, you literally just did a really successful tier maker of the best games. Why don't you do a tier maker of the most disappointing games? Because every year you do 2 countdowns, the best games and the most disappointing. I'm down for that. In fact, I think that might be a great segment of that marathon event. But someone needs to make the tier maker. I don't know how to do it. I don't have experience in it. It's probably time consuming. In fact, Arkham outright said, yeah, it took him a while to put together this tier maker for us to use for the event. So if anyone would like to take a stab at it, to go through my most disappointing games of the year countdowns from 2010 to 2012, compile a list of the top 2 most disappointing games of each year, and make a tier maker, I'd be more than willing to do that live during the event. But, I don't really, sadly, have the time or means to put that together. If someone else does, I'd be down for it. We could do that live, okay? So let me know, all right? Let me know. If someone wants to send me a link and say, hey, I did it, I'll check it out, and if it works, we'll probably do that during the marathon as well, all right? Then once this marathon is done on the 26th, we got Armored Core 6. I'll be playing that Monday to check it out because someone's going to donate it, and we'll see what it's like. If it's something that I'm interested in playing, maybe we'll play it long term, all right? But then what's going to happen is we're going to have the big push to finish GTA 5 because I want to finish GTA 5 before we get to Starfield. When Starfield comes out, that's definitely going to be the major featured game. I know that. So that's the deal. I mean, that's a big schedule. Hope that sounds good to everyone. And I hope you're excited for all the festivities this month, continuing on with retro playthroughs like GTA 5 and Chrono Trigger. Of course, a lot more Street Fighter 6. Some fun React stuff, special events, all kinds of fun stuff coming up for the rest of August. Okay? All right. So I covered all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like my content, please consider supporting the streams. The reason I say that is because I'm not like other content creators who have a bunch of product placements, sponsorships, and partnerships. I don't get paid behind the scenes by any company to play their games or to shill a product. You notice I'm not selling you anything on the stream. I'm not a salesman. I don't want to be a salesman, you know. I'm here to put out fun content that's honest and meaningful to you. And if you like said content, I would appreciate it if you could support it via various methods. Engaging my content, like liking videos and streams, leaving comments on videos, engaging and talking with me on streams, helps this channel on YouTube's algorithm. It absolutely does. Going above and beyond, for example, becoming a channel member or gifting memberships to the community is a great way to help out. As you can see, we have been losing members because some gifted memberships from last month have expired. It would be amazing if by the end of today we hit 500 members on DSP Gaming. But keep in mind, this stream right now and tonight's late stream are the only streams I'm doing. After this podcast ends, we're heading over to DSP Reacts. So now would be the opportunity. If you like this content on DSP Gaming, if you could support the channel, that would be great. Jade, you're taking off? All right, I'll see you tonight. Sounds good, Jade. Thank you for liking the stream, Kevin. I appreciate that. I'm doing well, Airhead. Thank you for asking. Okay. So, yeah, if you could support the content, I'd really appreciate it. Other ways to support: super chats, super stickers, or tips. All those things are great. I'm very appreciative of everyone who supports the streams in any way. I'll give you a shout out live if you do so. Thanks in advance. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a new segment that I like to call DSP News, also known as DSPN for short. Now, we're testing out some new things. You can see we have a logo at the bottom of the screen. I don't know if you like it or not. We had a few people who submitted different logos. For example, we have this one too, which is way more minimalist. All right? Way more basic to go in the corner. It doesn't take up the whole screen. Or we can have like you're watching a whole news feed, right? And have that at the bottom of the screen as well. So, I don't really know what you like, but I like suggestions. If you like these, if you don't like these, let me know what works, what doesn't. I don't know which one. Like this one, I feel like the logo works, but it's kind of like really chubby on the bottom of the screen. You know what I mean? Like it's taking up the whole screen. But then this, like this one, now I'm clicking the wrong thing. This one I kind of like, but I don't think I like the font. I think if the font was more like not cursive, I think the cursive doesn't fit. I think maybe if it were like if you could take the font from this, right? And you could put it onto this, and maybe if you made that red and white with the other font, that maybe it'd be perfect. Right? Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like, and thank you to those who took a stab at it, because there were a few people who took a stab at logos, and I think they're both kind of nice. So, you guys, give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. Okay? But it's time for our gaming news segment. So I'll switch over to this screen when we do it now. All right? Gaming news. So what's happened? What's in the world of gaming news? What's going on? I'll tell you. At least from what I found out. Okay? First of all, it has been confirmed, and this is absolutely hilarious. You ready for this? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is coming out later this year, supposedly as a full new game release. But some of the beta codes have already been sent out to the appropriate parties who preview the beta early. And guess what? Data miners have confirmed Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is literally Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. It's the same game. All they did was patch it to add some DLC content, but they're going to attempt to sell it as a new game later this year. It's the same code. When people downloaded the beta client, it's the same code from Modern Warfare 2. Yeah. So they didn't even bother making a new game this year, but they're pretending like it is to sell it as a new game. They essentially tried to lie to everyone, and now people have exposed them for the fucking assholes they are. Because you think they were going to say that? No. So if it's a DLC, should you be paying $70 for it? Of course not. You should pay $20 for it if you already have Modern Warfare 2. Do you think they're going to give you that option? Pretty interesting, huh? I mean, the writing was on the wall when a few weeks ago it was revealed all of your skins, all of your blueprints, and all of your content from Modern Warfare 2 supposedly would carry over to Modern Warfare 3. People were like, well, then obviously it's the same game. Like, no, it's a new game. It'll totally be worth the full retail price. Whatever you say, assholes. So now they got exposed. All right? So the question is, will this affect the game? Will less people buy it? My opinion, no. Because I hate to say it, there is a large group of gamers who Call of Duty is their annual purchase. It's the one game they buy every year. They're ingrained in this first-person shooter Call of Duty community. They follow the Optic and the FaZe teams, and they watch all the tournaments, and they watch all those streamers, and this is all they care about. It is a vicious cycle of people creating content for the sake of making money. I hate to say it, because what's funny about those content creators is every year they play the game when it's new for a couple months, and then all of a sudden within a few months they all shit on the game and say it sucks. But for those first few months, man, they got to be into it. They got to be hardcore, trying to learn and try to get good. Join the tournament scene, play through that. But by the 6 months in, they hate it. Every year, it's the same cycle. Yet somehow these gamers are stuck in this vicious cycle and can't unstick themselves. Because if they don't support Modern Warfare or Call of Duty in general, they don't have anything else to do. This is how they make a living. And what happens is it's a whole community based around it. What this reminds me of is what happened with Street Fighter V. When Street Fighter V came out, everyone agreed that it sucked. It was the worst Street Fighter game. But what happened was the community was like, oh, well, if we don't support Street Fighter V, it'll be the death of Street Fighter. And we don't want to see Street Fighter die as a community, so we're going to keep going. And they supported that piece of shit game for 7 years. Now, admittedly, the last few years, the game was rebalanced by a new team, and apparently by the end of its life cycle, it was a much better game. But still, that doesn't ignore the first 3 to 4 years were terrible, okay? People constantly sunk new money into DLCs and content for a game that sucked because they wanted a community to survive. Well, Call of Duty does this to you every single year, right? Every single goddamn year. So why on earth, if you think it's the same game, if you think it sucks every year and they don't put enough effort into it, why do you keep buying it? Why do people get into this brainwash cycle? Because you know what it is? It's the same thing that used to happen again with other communities. They basically live in a bubble, right? People are saying the autofocus of the camera is annoying them. I could turn that off right now. Hold on. People are saying that the autofocus is annoying. All right, I'll turn it off. Ready? There you go. Autofocus is now off. So now it won't blur when I move around, okay? Watch, ready? See? Stays focused now. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the problem here is that people are in this community and it's their only thing that they're into. You know, I play video games, but really I just play Call of Duty. So if Call of Duty fails, now you've lost your hobby. And that's what happens. These people are so into it. Well, wait a minute. I watch the FaZe guys. I watch the Optic guys. I watch all the tournaments. I watch all the coverage. I play myself like crazy. My friends, we play every night. So if that were to die, right, then you've lost your hobby. So you feel like, even though I think this is an underhanded business practice, even though I think it's ridiculous that they're going to try to resell a DLC as a full game, I'll do it anyway. It's an awful mentality. And this is what happens. This is why these game companies, we were just talking about it yesterday, this is why when game companies get away with bad behavior, when Baldur's Gate 3 comes out and shows everyone up, all the other game devs go, oh no, now we look bad. Don't expect that from us. No, we should. We should expect better from you. We shouldn't expect a DLC to be sold as a $70 release because it's not a $70 release. You're a scam artist. You should stop fucking trying to rip people off. And people should stop paying for rip-off games like Call of Duty. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I really don't feel like it will affect it. I think that because that community is so ingrained in what they're doing that they're never going to learn. Okay? All right, our next story for today, this is kind of interesting. The PS5 Slim has leaked. Or has it? Because guess what? There is a lot of leaked information out there on the internet about a PS5 Slim, saying that this new model of PS5 is coming out, and perhaps it'll be more powerful than the last, and yada, yada, yada. What's funny is, there are actually people who know all about it, and everyone's ignoring them. I know this sounds really stupid. There's people who already knew about this for like a year and have accurately reported on it, but no one listened to them. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, there is no PS5 Pro or PS5 Slim. They don't exist. Here's what's happening. I reported on this a year ago. I told you this story. What Sony has decided to do to streamline manufacturing of the PlayStation 5 and avoid the production problems they had with the COVID era, okay? They're from now on not going to make the standard model PS5s anymore. They're going to make a model that's streamlined and is digital only, and that's all they're going to offer moving forward. The PS5 Disc Edition is discontinued. Once what's out there is sold through, you won't be able to buy another one. They won't exist, okay? What they're going to do is sell one model of PS5. Yes, it is slightly redesigned, but it has nothing new on the inside. It's the same exact PS5 you can buy right now. The difference is it will not have a disc. A disc drive. It's just a slimmed down, less expensive to produce PS5. Then, if you want a disc drive, you have to buy it separately as an add-on standalone unit. The best way I can describe this is way back in the day, the Xbox 360 era, all right? The PS3 had a Blu-ray disc drive built in, correct? And because it did, the PS3's production costs were much higher than those of the Xbox 360. That's why the PS3 initially was way more expensive of a console until the price drops later on. The Xbox 360 wanted to jump on the bandwagon of doing HD video, so they had an add-on drive called the HD DVD drive. You would plug it in via USB, it had its own power adapter, and basically it would run those HD DVD discs. Anyone remember those? I do, I had some. I had like Peter Jackson's King Kong, and maybe like one or two other movies on HD DVD, okay? So, it was a standalone drive that sat next to your game console to run these movies. That's exactly what they're doing with the PS5. Like I said, you'll just go to the store. I want a PS5. Okay, here it is. Well, wait a minute. I didn't tell you what I wanted. This is the only one. Oh, well, I want to buy a physical disc. Oh, then you need this. This is the drive. You got to buy this separate. You see? So that's what it's going to be. So I would guess probably the cost of the PS5 console will drop by about $100, but then if you want the drive, it'll probably cost like $150, right? They're going to make money on this. Don't trust me. They're making money on this no matter what, okay? So, I really think that people are going crazy over nothing because they're seeing like leaked photos of this thing, but this PS5 Slim, I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be exactly the same as the current PS5, but they wanted to make it easier to manufacture. Right now, the problem was the components and things that they use on a PS5, sadly, were ones that they didn't ever expected were going to go into like limited supply because of COVID. COVID shocked everyone, right? And now they want to make it so that basically you don't have that situation ever again. And this has already been reported on for a year. Yeah, I swear people just freak out about nothing. There's no new news here. This is old news. It's just that now maybe some people got some leaked photos of it. Big deal. It's the same thing we knew about for a year. Oh, it's PS5 Pro. It's going to have double the capacity. Full 4K video on every video game. 60 frames per second. You're an idiot. No one fucking has any evidence of that at all. People just talk out of their asses to get people to clickbait view on their content on the internet. They're morons. Don't listen to idiots. All right? There's no evidence of any of that. Okay? Continuing on, one other news story for today. So we were talking about this about a month or two ago. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to have a very serious video game created based on the plotline called The Last Ronin. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this plotline, this is similar to, did you ever hear about Batman The Dark Knight Returns, right? It's a plotline where Batman basically has fast forwarded many years and he's an old man now, but everything has gone to shit. Basically, everything's fallen apart. All of his former teammates are either dead or passed away or retired, and basically he comes out of retirement in a very gritty way to try to clean up the streets of Gotham. Essentially, that's what The Last Ronin is. It's supposed to be this very dark, fast-forward plot line of the Ninja Turtles. Basically, there's only one Ninja Turtle left alive The rest of them have passed away. And he is the last one trying to defend New York City or wherever, from what's going on. He's the last Ronin, the last of the Ninja Turtles. It's a very dark and gritty plot line. So everyone who's read this plot line says, dude, it's like super adult. And they're making a game out of it, okay? So this game is going to be made by the same studio that made Destroy All Humans recently. To which I'm like, I don't know about this. Because Destroy All Humans 1 remake was pretty good, but had some bugs. Destroy All Humans 2 remake wasn't as good, but then again, it was based on source material that also I feel wasn't as good as the first game. So I'm like, I don't know. The Destroy All Humans developer making this, if they had said like Insomniac Games was making this, or, it's one of these companies that has been making amazing games recently, I'd be like, oh my god, I can't wait. I don't know about the Destroy All Humans manufacturer, or designer, I should say. At the same time, maybe it will be good. I don't know. I don't want to write the game off before we even have details about it yet. And we have no video. We have no gameplay. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say, oh, it sucks. At the same time, I could have went to a better studio, or at least a studio that's better regarded, I would say. So it is in development. We'll see what happens. At least this is a standalone new game. It's not based on a previous game that they had to stick to the plot and the things of that game. It'll be its own deal, and I'm actually looking forward to information about it. We haven't even had a Ninja Turtles game, that's been a serious one in how long? I mean, yeah, last year we had Shredder's Revenge, but we haven't had like a seriously good Ninja Turtles game in ages, right? And to have it be its own kind of standalone game with a serious, dark, adult plot, as opposed to, oh, come on, dudes, let's beat up the Foot Clan and eat pizza, it could be pretty interesting. So, there you go. That today is our gaming news segment. I hope you liked it. And again, what did you think? Do you like this logo better? Did you like this logo better? Would you like to have a combination of the two? What did you think? Well, give me your feedback, all right? But for gaming news, I think from now on, we'll go to a new screen. And then we'll go back to the podcast. There you go. Look at that. Very nice. Okay. Goldfish says, I like the red logo, but maybe add more stuff to the bar. The smaller logo reads more modern. Like I said, I think maybe a combination of the two. Maybe the smaller logo makes sense, but change, because I don't like the cursive on there. I think maybe if you make it, maybe the text from the other logo onto that one might work. We'll see. Okay. All right. So, thank you for watching DSPN. Now, what I'd like to do is our shout-out segment. And then, since it looks like we'll have time, we'll do some Q&A and go from there. Eventually we'll swap over to DSP versus the internet, all right? So, starting up, Kevin became a channel member this morning. Thank you very much, Kevin, for the membership. I appreciate that. It's good to have you back into the fold as a member of the channel. Thank you for the support. Also, shout out to El Chupacabra, who gifted a membership, and it went to Satellite Style Internet. So congrats to Satellite Style Internet. Be sure to thank El Chupacabra for that very generous gift. And thank you, El Chupacabra, for supporting the community here on the channel. I really appreciate that. Okay? Thank you. All right. I'm going to a couple quick questions in the chat. Maxed Out Max at Shredder's Revenge was awesome. Would it be a great stream with some friends? I already played it. I already beat the whole game, and I did some co-op as well with it. So, been there, done that. Swagonito says, I like the red logo. It's like a parody of ESPN. It's pretty neat. I agree. I do like it. I feel like these are good first attempts. Maybe some tweaks will make them better. But I do like both of them. Okay. So. Man, my neck, the last few days, my neck has felt really stiff. Ugh, it just feels like I need to, like, reposition it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes your neck feels like it's just not right. You need to, like, crack or pop or something that would feel better. Yeah, it's felt like that the last couple of days. I probably must have slept a weird way on it one night. Okay, let's go to tips. This morning, our first tip is a $30 tip from Game Tracker. Now, Game Tracker always has tipped on the morning of the React show, correct? However, weirdly, there's no message attached to this one. And I'm wondering if he was just in a hurry, Or I'm wondering if he had nothing to say. I don't know. I really don't know what happened here, because Game Tracker tipped and said nothing. So that's very unlike Game Tracker, you know. Maybe we'll hear back from him later to hear what happened, why he tipped and didn't say anything. But thank you, Game Tracker, regardless, for your generous tip. Like I said, he always tips during React Day, but it's blank. I wonder if he thought he left a message and it didn't record or whatever, right? I wonder. But anyway, thank you to Game Tracker. Obviously, I appreciate that. CJ, no, I'm not going to buy a tearaway suit to wear for new segments and rip off my body. That's ridiculous. All right, I also received a $1.50 tip anonymously overnight, but there's no message on that one either. Now, wait a minute. I'm starting to wonder something. Could it be that the messages are no longer coming through? I'm going to test something. Let's find out. Because how is it I got 2 tips and neither of them had a message attached? That's a little fishy, don't you think? No, you know, it doesn't have, No. I think they just didn't write messages. Because I'm looking, and it doesn't appear that anything has changed. It looks the same to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. But I'm not seeing anything that looks weird. You know what I mean? Everything looks fine to me. So I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys for your tip. I know there's an anonymous $1.50 tip. And thank you to Game Tracker for his tip. Alright. So that's what we've got so far today. Now keep in mind, any contributions on the podcast this morning carry over to the React show. If you contribute today, it'll still count towards our like tips goals and everything over there. So thank you. Thank you very much to those who have supported so far. Alright, so guys, that's what I got. So if you'd like to do some Q&A today, please tag me right now in the chat. We'll have a little bit of a discussion. Alright, and hopefully you guys will have some fun topics today to talk about. If not, you know, if we want to start the show sooner rather than later, we could do that too. Let's see what you guys want. Cheetah Man has re-upped his membership for 8 months. Thank you for 8 months of support, Cheetah Man. He says, let's get it. React time. Thank you to Cheetah Man. Appreciate that. Cleaning my joystick, if you're not aware. Giving it a good wiping after yesterday's session. Felix the Maid says, do you count cents when someone tips me? Well, what you guys don't realize, because I don't talk about it, is that there's tons of transaction fees. All right? Let's say, for example, you were to tip me $1 right now. Well, guess what? First of all, there's a flat fee that PayPal takes for every single transaction, which I want to say is like 20 to 30 cents. Then, depending on if you're in the United States or if you're somewhere else and they have to do a currency transfer over, depending on various other factors as well that I don't even understand, they take out more fees. So in general, if you tip me $1, all right, I probably only get about 55 cents of $1. Seriously. Now the thing is, the bigger denominations that you tip, the less of a percentage gets taken. So let's say you tip me $5. They'll probably take out 60 or 70 cents. So I'll still get like $4.30, $4.40. You see? So when you tip me these cents, I'm never going to see those. All right? So rather than sit here and adding up a bunch of cents and trying to figure this out with a calculator like an accountant for things I don't get, we just round it off. So with Game Tracker, sometimes he does $29.99. I'll round it up to 30. Most people, if you tip me like $1 and change, I'm going to count it as $1 because I don't even see that change. You understand? So that's why we do it that way. It makes more sense. It's more accurate. Okay. Arkham, yes. I can tell you, Arkham, that some of your videos that you did nominate are in that playlist, but we don't know if we'll watch them because it's going to be random order. But yes, I saw your nominations. I did. So no worries there. They're in the rotation. Okay? Cool. I got a $1.50 tip From Lady Charisma. That $1.50 was from me. I was testing my card after it got locked this morning. Oh, okay. Well, it worked, Lady Charisma. And this tip also worked. So thank you, Lady Charisma, for the 2 tips. They both went through at $1.50 each. So thank you for that. Oops. Thank you very much, Lady Charisma. Jex Gaming says Activision confirms Modern Warfare 3 is a full premium release and not an upgraded version. I'll believe it when I start playing it. No, dude, I'm telling you, data miners confirmed it's not. They're lying. Doesn't matter what they fucking say. They've been exposed. Outright, the code is Modern Warfare 2's code. It's the same fucking game. They're idiots. They just think that, oh, we're going to do damage control. There's no damage control, you dumb fucks. We already know it's the same game and you're ripping everyone off. What's up, Juan? Good morning. Do I like fish sticks? I have not had fish sticks probably since, I'm not even kidding you, like the early 2000s. Probably the last time I ate fish sticks. And in truth, fish sticks are not that good. You need tartar sauce, then they taste good. Eddie is ready for a day of chill. Me too. We've got DSP versus the internet, where I react to clips. That's always a chill show. And then later tonight, Chrono Trigger. It really is a chill day with no Street Fighter stress. It's a chill day today. Xantar says, what's my favorite snack food? Today, I would say my favorite snack food today is Popcorners, which is popcorn but made into a chip. It tastes incredibly good. It has great flavors that are available, and it doesn't have those popcorn kernels in it that stick in your teeth. Because it's popcorn, it's way better than a fried chip. It's way healthier for you. So I always have Popcorners now. They're delicious. I love them. Swagonito said, well, how many members do we have over on DSP Reacts now? Because he's curious how many nominations we had. As of this morning, I can tell you right now, I'll look it up. As of this morning, over on DSP Reacts, we currently have 139 members. The most members I believe we've ever had over there was 140. So we're right there at the most we've ever had. Today, if we get some new members over there or gifted memberships, we'll probably hit a new record. And yes, this week's DSP versus the internet had the most clips ever submitted, around 70 different clips, actually. So, there you go. Actually, I think it was more than 70, but a couple were duplicates we'd already watched, and a couple weren't allowed. Like, for example, there was this one, it was like real-life Pokemon, where people were dressed up as the characters, and it was like simulating like Pokemon in real life. Couldn't watch it. Why? Flagged as a video exclusively for children on YouTube. And you can't put those into a playlist, and you can't monetize them. So I wasn't able to we can't even watch it. And there was another one that apparently had graphic content. So I said, well, we're not going to do that one either. I don't even know what it was. When I went to click play, it said, warning, this video has been flagged for like heavy graphic content. Are you sure you want to watch? I was like, no. So we're not doing that one either. So in reality, we probably had like 75 videos, but a few of them I wasn't able to put into the playlists. Excuse me. Let's see here. There's a new Ashoka show coming out. Am I going to review it? I don't have Disney Plus, and I don't know anything about Ashoka. I believe that was a character from the Clone Wars. I never saw the Clone Wars shows, so the answer is no. I'm not going to watch Ashoka nor review it. Do I occasionally eat fruit? Sometimes. Sometimes, yes. My favorite fruit is blueberries, but I enjoy a lot of different fruits. But if I had a choice, I would eat blueberry. Sometimes, sometimes when my wife and I order food from a place, they offer like a side, like a fruit salad, and I'll get the fruit salad. You get some melons, some berries, some grapes and stuff in there. That's always really good. Daddy says, with 70 submissions to react to, you consider watching 3 to 4 minutes so everyone gets their video watched. That's impossible. It's impossible. So the show is 3 hours long, right? Even if every minute of the 3 hours was a minute where we're watching a video, which isn't true. I'm talking to people, there's stuff in between shoutouts. Let's assume it's 180 straight minutes of reacting, Okay? Do the math. Okay? 180 minutes. And even if I only watched each video for 3 minutes, I could only watch 60 videos. Now, reality hits, it ain't going to be 180 minutes. It's probably going to be like 150 minutes, right? So 150 divided by 3, the most I could watch is 50 videos. But I'm probably going to watch a lot of videos more than 3 minutes because it's going to be better. So let's actually assume that I watch each video for 5 minutes. Now we can only watch 30 videos. Do you see what I'm getting at? So, no. What you're suggesting is not possible. Sorry. It's not going to happen. That's, again, if you want to be guaranteed to have your video watched in some capacity, become an Ultra member. Standard members go into a equal odds shuffle playlist. It's everyone's on the equal footing. It's even and fair for everybody. If you get in this week, great. If not, maybe you'll get in next week. Equal chance. Okay? No, I can't do overtime. That would mean I don't eat dinner. That would mean I can't prepare for my next stream tonight. No. What's on the menu this evening for dinner? Now that I've said that, I believe my wife is making a new recipe, some kind of a goulash. Now, we've had goulash before, but this is a brand new recipe. I believe we're using ground turkey rather than ground beef, and I don't even know what goes into it, honestly. I'm not sure, but I think it's a goulash, so it should be good, hopefully. Ever had a star fruit or dragon fruit? No. I know the flavors from drinks and the like, but I've never actually eaten a piece of the fruit. I've seen them, though. Goulash is defined by Hungarian paprika, which is awesome. We have paprika in the house, so I assume it's an ingredient. Yep, probably. You're probably right. Do I like biscuits and gravy? Well, I like biscuits. I like gravy. But I don't think I've ever had biscuits and gravy together. Is it not true that when you make biscuits and gravy, the gravy has like meat and stuff in it too? Yeah, I've never had anything like that. So, I've never really had real biscuits and gravy. Ah. What's up, Mr. Puzzles? Welcome. How you doing? Everyone's doing fine today. Jasper energetic this morning. Jasper looks like he wants to get another new spot in the living room. Once again, he's changing spots once a week now. It's pretty ridiculous. So now he's up on one of our arms of one of our ends of our love seat. We have like a pillow we put there, and now he jumped on the pillow and started laying there this morning. We're like, is that your new spot? No, I do not currently watch any sports. Arkham says, can we get a new member emoji of me laughing? Do we not have one? I thought we had a lol emo. Hold on. Maybe that's not the command for it. Did we not have a laughing out loud emo? I thought we did have one. Here it is. It's lol. We have it. Now, how the hell do I get this to go away? Oh, click on it again. There we go. Okay. Did I figure out big picture mode on the mini PC, and do I like Windows 11? Yeah, we've been using big picture mode. Last 2 Chrono Trigger streams, I showed it to you guys, where I figured out you make it big, you make it full screen. And it basically is like a dashboard as if you were on your Xbox or on your PlayStation 5. It works exactly the same. So that way you can navigate through and boot and close the game and everything via big picture mode. So yeah, we used it last time. It works. How do I like Windows 11? I'm not really using it. I'm not really using Windows 11. I boot the thing. I play Chrono Trigger. I close it. I haven't really even touched it. So I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I don't think I really care. Honestly. Lady Charisma says, As a heads up, one of my videos I submitted today is Nintendo versus Nintendo game rentals. I wanted to send it in as an idea for a long form react in the future. This will be a test run. So what you saying is it's going to be a very long video, so there's no way we'll watch it today, but we can maybe do it like a little preview, and if I like it, watch it later. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me. Derek says, reminder, today's episode 26 of DSP versus the Internet. Thank you for reminding me, because I did not remember that. Kratos versus Master Chief, who's the better Spartan? Neither of them are real Spartans, so they're both disqualified. Arkham says, I actually made that tier list, the one from last night, this one. Hold on. Shit, what did I put it as? 4? He says he made this tier list in like April, and the wait was worth it. Yeah, and I told you it would be. I knew that it made sense. Let's wait for the month when I'm doing my celebration of 15 years as a YouTuber. We'll do it as a special night, and it worked out well. I think people really are enjoying it right now. Like I said, as of this morning, it had 1,500 views, so people are definitely watching it and liking it. I wonder how many views it has now. Over 1,600 and climbing. Look at that. So yeah, it's doing well. People are enjoying it. I'm glad. Please continue to watch and enjoy, everyone. And remember, one thing that would help a lot is comments. The video has 1,600 views and 7 comments. So please comment on the video. It'll help a lot. Thank you. Sounds good. Jex Gaming says, I'll probably send the Modern Warfare 3 reveal trailer out for next week's react show. Sounds good to me. I watched that. Yes, Derek, I agree. The tier maker was awesome last night. Yes. Oh, someone just says, if I become a member of DSP Reacts, will my video be watched automatically? Oy. Okay, let's try this again. I do a show once a week. It's called DSP versus the Internet over on DSP Reacts. There's 2 ways to get your video as part of the show. If you become an ultra level member, the highest tiered member you can be on the channel, you are guaranteed to have your video watched. Now, not in its entirety, but we will watch it. If I like it, we'll continue to watch more of it, but it's not a guarantee I'll watch the whole video, but at least your video will get watched for sure. If you want a chance to have your video watched, become a standard member. Standard members all get their videos added to a playlist. That playlist then gets shuffled by YouTube's shuffle system, and we watch them in random order. So some people will get their videos watched, some will not. If you don't get your video watched in that week, you could always resubmit it for the next week. A membership lasts a month, so essentially you get 4 chances to have your video watched. Get it? But there's no guarantee unless you're an ultra member. Okay. I feel like I've explained this many times, but I guess it's worth reiterating. Iron Man the Power says, last night I watched Season 3 finale of The Witcher. Season 3 was so bad I was disappointed. Yeah, everyone says it's terrible now not to watch the rest of the show, which is hilarious. But what can you do? How is my voice? As you can hear, my voice today is kind of hoarse. It is, like, you know, a lot of commentary I've been doing heavily recently. You know, last night, 2 straight hours of talking. My voice was very worn out. It's worn out right now. And now I got to do reacting. What can you do? I just got to tough through it, right? Metallica or Iron Maiden? You know, I used to like Metallica, but as I got older and you realize, man, those guys were something different than what they really portrayed in their music. Once they got rich and famous, it's really all they cared about. That's kind of sad, you know? It was an era where they were so anti-fan and anti-consumer, and they were so angry at not making more money, even though they were already filthy rich. Iron Maiden is kind of anti that. Like, if you listen to a lot of their music, I don't know. I think do you judge off the music or do you judge off everything you know about them? It's a tough question. I like them both, so. Okay. Shout out to Kinda Random, who just did a $10 super chat. Says, I'm an OG fan. I had a personal Q&A vid answered on your Patreon years back. Didn't catch the live streams, but I do watch on YouTube when I come home from work or in between time, just showing some support. Thank you very much to Kinda Random. I appreciate that. In fact, I'm not even kidding you. I think I remember. I think I remember the private Q&A video you're talking about. I do. And I appreciate that. Keep in mind, no one does those anymore. That was something from many years ago. People said, oh, I could do a private Q&A video with Darkside Phil where he'll sit there and just talk, answer my questions for like 25 minutes, and they would love that. But today, since I'm an interactive streamer these days and I talk to people all day, every day, that's really kind of fallen by the wayside. People don't care about that anymore. Bush or Green Day? I mean, back in the day, they were both great. But I mean, Green Day had the longevity and actually innovated and changed over the years, while Bush just didn't exist anymore. So I think you'll go with Green Day there. CJ says, it's crazy I've been doing this so long. You think so? You think it's crazy? I mean, the thing is, I have no signs of stopping. I have no intention of stopping, right? So I very well may be one of the longest running YouTubers, you know, when it comes down to it, because I don't see any reason to stop doing what I'm doing when I love what I'm doing and I'm successful at it. Why would I stop, right? Would I stop if I made no money at all? Obviously, if this was not able to be monetized anymore, which I couldn't imagine, because even if, let's say, for example, even if I couldn't put ads on my videos anymore, I could still have crowdfunding anyway. There's no way crowdfunding is going to go away. Like, there's always going to be a way to support someone over the internet, no matter what, right? But if somehow completely there was no way for me to make any kind of living on the internet, I mean, would I still do this? Yes, as a hobby. I would basically have to find full-time employment outside of this, and I would probably do this as a hobby a little bit. I wouldn't do it as much, obviously. I can't do it full-time. Maybe I would only do it a few times a week, a couple hours a night. But I would still want to do it. I love it. I did it as a hobby before I ever did it as a job, so I'd probably go back to that. But, of course, it would be very different. Arkham says you should finish up Ask the King this month and retire it because it's your 15-year anniversary. I'll be honest, I was going to do that. But look what's already happened this month. Like, we're already kind of, like, in a push to get through Grand Theft Auto this month. And we already got special events lined up this month. So I was like, oh, I was gung-ho. I was going to do Ask the King. And I'm like, I don't know how I could do Ask the King. I don't even know where I would fit it. So once again, it looks like we haven't done it since March. Yeah. If anything, I think it kind of proves that the show is outdated. I think we'll probably bring it back at some point, but I don't even think we can do it this month. Yup, this is my old Stein from Cafe Press. It's been in my background the whole month so far. I used to drink out of it every day when I did my videos. Mario says, how can I keep tips anonymous so you won't see my personal info? Don't include your personal info on your PayPal when you send me the tip. The only thing that I can see guaranteed is an email address. That's it. Everything else is optional, and you choose what you send to me when you send a tip. So just set up your PayPal so you don't have all your personal info going out to people you send payments to, and then I won't see anything but the email address. That's it. Pretty simple. Oh, let's see here. I got a $1 tip. Part 1, the Pokemon DLC finally has a release date, the 13th of September. That's terrible. Wow. You want to talk about a DLC coming out way too late and a DLC coming out with insanely bad timing right in the midst of the busy gaming season? That's unfortunate because I don't think I'm playing it. Being honest, I don't see how I would squeeze in a Pokemon DLC then. I'm looking forward to Starfield. I've already said the reason I'm looking forward to Starfield is curiosity. I hope it's a good game. But even if it's not, just the curiosity on what Bethesda came up with as their new IP because they haven't had one in so many years. I think we're all going to be fascinated by whatever this game is when it comes out in September, right? So, yeah, I'm excited for it, but I'm not exactly sure what to expect, right? CJ says, my first ever PlayStation trophy was from the game Resistance 2, the Recycler trophy in 2008. I'll take your word for it. Japanese player Kakeru has won $400,000 in a Street Fighter 6 tournament. Good for them. Congrats. Good work. No, Derek, I did not make my original logos. I made none of these logos. Like I said, I'm not a graphic designer. I don't have the capacity or skill to be making logos and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just not good at it. Did I ever play a Monsters Inc. game? I don't think so. Right? Monsters Inc. was a world in Toy Story. Wait. It was a world in Kingdom Hearts 3, but no, I don't think I ever played an actual dedicated Monsters Inc. game. I don't think so. Shout out to Guitar Player, who has re-upped his membership for a whopping 26 months. Thank you so much for the support, Guitar Player. You like the shirt? The Fallout Vault Boys shirt. That's what this is. All the different Vault Boys from all the different Fallout games on one shirt. Oh, man. I don't know what that's about. Why am I yawning? I have no clue. You missed the gaming shirts? Yeah, for quite a string of days I was wearing my nice new button downs. But I figured, let's break it up. Let's wear some gaming shirts in between. So I'll probably wear a gaming shirt today, maybe tomorrow. What I think I'll do is the days when I'm going to do major Street Fighter streams, I'll wear the button downs because they're looser and actually way more aerated. So when I'm playing Street Fighter, they're better. But these shirts are comfy too, but they're nice for more casual stuff. So I'll probably wear these for non-Street Fighter days. Shout out to Adam, who just did a super chat. Thank you, Adam, for the super chat. I appreciate that. No, have I ever cut my own hair? No, I never attempted to fully cut my own hair. A few times in my life, I felt my hair was very annoying, and I trimmed it myself and fucked it all up. But I've never actually done a full haircut on myself. No, that'd be crazy, I think. Soggy Gambino says, wasn't there an idea to release new merch this year? There was. And if you remember earlier this year, I said, hey, if anyone would be interested in making some logos or stuff, and also I needed suggestions of places to sell merch. Because if you remember, why do I not have merch right now? If you remember, I had merch starting in 2017 when I became a full-time streamer. You guys asked me to start selling merchandise. I didn't care about it. I wasn't looking to make money doing it, but you guys wanted me to. So that was when apparently Teespring got wind that I had said that, and Teespring reached out to me. I did not go to Teespring. They actually contacted me. And they said, we're looking for content creators who want to sell merch. We heard you say that you wanted to. We'd like to set you up with your own Teespring store. We'd like to do your initial designs and everything. I said, sounds good. So we did this. Within a 2-month period, I worked with Teespring. They designed some initial designs. We set up my store. What ended up happening was over the course of that year, 2017 to 2018, a few of my fans actually designed some really nice logos and things for shirts. And I put out a big merch line. This is some of it you see right here. This Skull King logo. This graffiti logo. These were some of the shirts that were designed and put up on Teespring. Teespring was well aware of who I was, the content I had put out. They reached out to me to make a Teespring store and work on it. Okay? So that store existed from 2017 all the way through 2021. And all of a sudden in 2021, now keep in mind, I didn't actively look at this store at all. Every once in a while, maybe I would look at it, update it, change the storefront, but I wasn't selling anything on it. Seriously, I was making no sales. Maybe I'd sell one shirt a month, if that. Because, by the way, the prices, I always kept them down. No exaggeration. I was making $1 a shirt. That's how much money I was making. Because I wasn't doing it for profit. I was doing it to have merch for my fans because they wanted merch. They wanted some swag. I never made a big profit on anything on Teespring. I think the most profitable month I ever had was I made $120. That was a Christmas one year. That was it. So it was always fan service for you guys, okay? So in 2021, someone tells me my Teespring store is down. And I'm like, it is? Really? And I look, I've received no notifications, nothing. Nothing from anyone about this, okay? I go to my page, it's gone. The account is closed. Huh? What do you mean? I didn't close it. I had nothing to do with this. So I wrote Teespring support, and they ghosted me for the longest time. Eventually, they did give me a response, and they said, your account has been closed and is not able to be reopened. This is our final decision. That was it. They never told me why. They never told me what was wrong with the account. Nothing. Keep in mind, they're the ones who reached out to me in 2017. I didn't go to them. They wanted me on their site in 2017. So for 4 years, I was on their business selling merch, and they never had a problem. And then all of a sudden, one day, they just closed my store with no notice and not telling me what I did. You know? So I'm like, what the hell? Right? What's up with that? I don't get it. You know? So, I mean, is it well within their right? It is. Anyone can choose at any point to not do business with someone. But what did I do? Did I violate a rule? Right? What was it? Because again, if it was something like, well, we don't like you and your content. Well, you reached out to me in 2017. You knew well about who I was and all my content. They even designed my first shirts. I have shirts they made. Like, for example, the one that says, I'm pushing buttons, and it has all various directions and button inputs on the shirt. They made that one, not me. So if they knew all about it, then why did they kick me off the site? It didn't make any sense. Now, come to find out, within a 2-month period, I was kicked off of Twitch's partner program. I was kicked out of one and then both of the popular payment processors for things like tips. And then it was Teespring. So what happened was, I did find out eventually what happened. What happened was, first of all these companies essentially went woke. And what that means is, during this time period, they all wanted to become ultra liberal. And they got a lot of pressure from management and other things to get rid of people who they thought were problematic. Not to say that anything that I do is necessarily problematic, but I've got a giant hater base. And what my hater base was doing was going around. They had actually created, I'm not even shitting you. I know this sounds like crazy, but this is my life. They created a package, a portfolio of what they considered my most offensive content I've ever put out. Even though most of that content isn't even on the internet right now, and it's certainly not anything I've done in the last decade. They put together a portfolio of offensive content. And they started going around to these companies and sending this to like their customer support complaint lines, saying, are you aware that you have a person as part of your program who said and did this stuff? How do you support this? How do you condone this? Blah, blah, blah. Right? So you're like, well, why did I get kicked out of the partner program on Twitch? Literally, I have evidence, because someone at Twitch, who I'm never going to reveal this, who it was, someone at Twitch showed me the evidence that this is what was sent to our company, and this went basically to the complaint department. It went to management. When management saw it, they decided to cut you out of the part. They weren't going to ban you from the site, because the stuff that they saw was never done on Twitch. But they decided behind the scenes that because of stuff that I did over 10 years ago, that this was a cancelable action in 2011, and therefore they didn't want me to be part of their partner program. Yeah. It's messed up, but that's what happened. And they did this Twitch, Teespring, and like I said, those other payment like processors for tips, all of those got the same package of stuff, and they're all idiots. They're all dumbass, woke-ass leftist companies. That's how they're run. And they saw, oh, he said something offensive a decade ago. We can't have that guy in our program, and they banned me. So what happened was Teespring overnight kicked me out and didn't even tell me. I didn't even know till you guys told me, okay? Now, here's the thing. I said, this year, would I consider bringing back merch? Sure. If you notice, I don't do any kind of offensive content. I just don't. There's nothing offensive about my content. The most offensive content you'll find is I'm playing Street Fighter and I call someone a scrub and they didn't earn their win. You know, fuck them, go to hell, stuff like that. That's the most offensive content I literally put out in 2023. It's tame, all right? I don't do anything crazy, right? And, you know, I don't think that ever, really, I will do anything offensive in the future moving forward, like the shit that I used to do. But if these companies are going to hold me accountable for stuff that 10 years ago was perfectly acceptable, I'll never be able to do business with anyone. You understand? I mean, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous that the stuff that I did 10 years ago, now I'm, actually at this point, not even kidding, at this point, it's 13 years ago. 13 years ago, I did stuff on the internet that somehow gets me canceled today. How does that make sense? Right? So, anyway, what I said earlier this year was, if anyone has an idea of a company that I could work with, right, that would not cancel me for shit that I did in the past, then I would work with them. But I don't want to go through the effort of working with people to get a bunch of designs made, setting up an online store, uploading, creating the merch, putting it out there just to get the store closed. Because this company, we can't work with you because you're offensive. I'm not going to waste time. So I need to know. And by the way, literally no one told me of a company that's not like that. A lot of people are kind of saying that pretty much all those companies online are like that. And I'm like, well, that's no good. I'm not going to waste time with it then, right? Again, this is not for profit for me. This is just to be nice to my viewers so they can have some stuff, some collectibles as memorabilia. I made $1 a shirt on Teespring. I didn't give a shit about profits. So, yeah, nothing changed. So that's all I'm saying. So, let me know. Again, if anyone knows of a company, I would say what you need to do, are there other people on the internet, right, who could be seen not necessarily as offensive, but I guess controversial, or had a past that's different than their present, but they, people try to cancel them and shit, and they're still able to sell merch. Like, where do they sell their merch? That's a good question. I would love to know. I don't know. So let me know. But I didn't hear anything, so therefore I wasn't going to set anything up. Again, that's a lot of work, not only for me, but for other people who are going to design stuff, and just to have it wasted time. I don't want to waste everybody's time, Derek, I do use the YouTube app to watch some videos. For example, when I watch the Street Fighter videos, yes, I use the YouTube app to watch those. I don't know what that has to do with anything, though. Soggy Gambino, you're welcome. He thanked me for the detailed response about merch. Darkside Chris, how you doing, man? You're good? I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I know. I heard Hawaii's been having some crazy bad stuff going on with those insane wildfires out of nowhere. You guys have never really had them like that before, right? And now people are, like, losing their lives because it's, like, going across all those islands, and you guys are not equipped for it, correct? I'm glad to hear you're safe, man. I hope you're all right. That sucks. I mean, the question is, I feel like this is the tip of the iceberg with the climates changing and everything. Like, what's the next thing that's going to happen, right? As things get drier, as the climate gets warmer, this is like the first of many things that are probably going to start affecting the planet that we're not ready for. The entire city of Lahaina is gone. Wow. That's awful. Abdullah is wondering if my new joystick's any good. He says, I can't find it in my region. I probably need to order it online. At the same time, I'm not into sticks that much. Here's what I like about it. All right. Number one, it's heavy. So when I'm playing the game, this joystick does not move around my lap. Other joysticks that are lighter tend to move around. And therefore, you look down like, oh shit, I'm not blocking properly because my joystick moved at an angle. This one doesn't really do that, which is a good thing. The buttons are great. Probably some of the most responsive buttons I've ever used. But the joystick is a little weird. It is a tighter joystick than I'm used to. I've been playing on that Fighting Stick Alpha for over a year. And because of that, this stick, I'm still, I've been using it for a week. I'm still not used to it. I feel like over time I'll get used to it. But right now it is a little bit tougher for me to adjust after having used the looser stick for such a lengthy period of time. Some of the things here, like these features are nice. Like you can lock your stick and then clean it and then unlock it, which is a nice feature. Because if you don't, then every time you go to clean your stick, if it's plugged in, you're hitting buttons and you're affecting your console, right? Outside of that, a lot of the features I don't use. I haven't tried the new top of the joystick yet. It has 2 tops you can swap out, and I haven't tried the other top. I've just been using the ball top. I do like the fact that if you want to store it, it has this easy unscrews on the side. You just unscrew and then you can store like your wire or whatever in there, and you could store it nicely. Overall, I'd rate it pretty well. I mean, I really haven't used it fully yet enough to fully rate it, but I think it's a fine joystick. It looks really nice, but you have to keep it clean. That's the thing. It has such a glass top that if you're not constantly wiping it with a cloth, it always has smudges and fingerprints and gross stuff on it. So you got to be cleaning it constantly, and a lot of people wouldn't like that. Maybe I think that a little bit too annoying. So far, I like it though. Pricey, but seems like a pretty good stick. Abdullah says I'm on PC, so my stick should work with it. Correct. Yes, that stick should absolutely work. Crackerjack says, what kind of car do I have? 2017 Toyota. I don't even know. Is it a Corolla or is it a Camry? I don't even know. I don't even know. It's a mid-range 2017 Toyota. That's what I know. I don't. That's how much of a car guy I am. I don't even know what car I own. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? I don't give a shit. It drives. That's what I care about. It drives nicely. Why not try the mini PC for React streams instead of the app? Why? Why would I do that? If I'm in the app on Xbox and it does everything I need and I have no problems with it, why would I want to use the mini PC to do that exactly? Right? For example, also, I was thinking, I was doing the tier maker last night. Well, I could use the mini PC to do that. I could, except that I could do it right over here on this PC. So why would I use the mini PC? I already have solutions to the things I do. I mean, the mini PC eventually will probably get use in other ways when we find things that it's unique that I could do with it. But why would I use it when I already have things set up, established that work for other ways to do stuff? You know what I'm saying? Whoa! Abdullah says they're selling it $544. What's the price in the US? $320. It was $320 on Amazon. So it's $544 where you are. That's insane. That's almost double price. Argum, I don't know what you mean. He's saying I could fit Ask the King into the marathon for 10 or 15 minutes. How on earth would I do a 15-minute episode of Ask the King? That's like one question. So I don't know what you mean by that. Remember, the reason Ask the King has stood the test of time is because it's a show where it's dedicated Q&A, lengthy answers to your questions. That's why it's always worked. How's the mouse I'm using? It sucks. It's very old. This mouse, I probably bought this mouse the week I moved out here 9 years ago. And it's the mouse wheel. The mouse wheel's screwed up where it's not really working well anymore. I try to scroll and I scroll down, it jumps back up, which means the optical sensor in there's probably busted. But I'll probably get a new one eventually. Any advice for someone who wants to play Street Fighter 6 but only play Street Fighter 2 and Alpha 3? Practice and study. It's that simple. You practice, you study, you'll learn the game. That's what I did. I didn't understand any of the gameplay mechanics, and through people telling me about them and watching other people utilize them, I learned, and now I'm doing much better. It's a game where you have to invest a lot of time and effort. It's a very complicated fighting game. It's not simple. It really isn't. Would I consider playing random horror games that come out on PC? Yeah, why not? Why not? If I can run them and people want to see them, a Halloween event's coming up. We're going to do a Halloween marathon in October. Why not for then nominate some PC-centric horror games that I could play on there off of Steam? I'd be down for that. Sure, why not? As long as they can be played with gamepad, by the way. Do I think I'm an average Street Fighter player? I think Classic Street Fighter, I'm way above average. Super Turbo, I'm still pro level, I would say. Every other Street Fighter, like older, I'm probably above average, but not pro level anymore. I'm too rusty. Street Fighter 6, I'm probably above average to good, but I don't think if I entered a tournament right now, I would definitely lose. There's no way I would win a tournament. I would get bodied. I don't have enough in-person experience. What you don't understand is playing online versus playing offline are different. Online, you get away with stuff because people can't react, and also you get away with stuff that's unsafe. So it kind of goes both ways. You can get away with stuff because people can't react to what you're doing, and it's harder for you to react to stuff online. But offline, I guarantee you, offline, everyone anti-airs everything. You try to jump, you get blasted right out of the air with an anti-air move every time. Every time someone does drive impact offline, immediately counter hit with your own drive impact. It'll never work. They're all ready for it, right? That's my take anyway. I think it would be much harder, and since I don't play the game offline, I'm probably considered above average, but I don't think that I would be able to be like a pro level or hang with any pro, just being honest. Would I enter a tournament for Street Fighter 6? No, not in person. Would I enter a tournament online? Maybe. I don't know, but I'm not really into it. I don't really care, I don't care about winning an online tournament. Who gives a shit about that? Doesn't really affect anything, right? Favorite Mortal Kombat character? I played the classics, so characters like, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Cyrax are probably some of my favorites from over the years. Any new movies that I might possibly review right now, being that this month we already had a lot of extra content. We just had the Machinima React event. We just had the Tier Maker. And then in 2 weeks, we've got the long form retrospective. I didn't plan any reviews for this month at all. I felt like that would be enough extra content for the React channel. But I might look into new stuff come, the fall, winter. So I love suggestions. If you guys got suggestions of things for me to review for DSP Reacts, send them my way. I've actually heard that in the fall there may be some new seasons of TV shows coming out you might want to see me review, in which case I would do that if I know what they are, Favorite Ben & Jerry's flavor, says Canadian Kurt. I don't even remember. I haven't had Ben & Jerry's probably in 20 years. Well, I had it when I was a kid a lot. My mom would buy it and we'd have it as like a snack, sometimes. I remember they had one that had some kind of a fudge brownie, and that was the one I ate all the time, some kind of a fudge brownie Ben & Jerry's. But outside of that, I haven't had it in so long, I don't even know what flavors they have anymore. Oh, man. No, I've never played an RPG. I've never played an RPG horror game. No. Never have I played an RPG horror game. So I don't know much about them. All right. Guys, I think it's time. Let's end the show. We got to get to the React show, right? Let's end the show. Thanks for watching. Thanks to those who did support the show today. I did enjoy it. Let's get set up. Remember, what'll happen is when this show ends, if you're watching live, you'll get a link to go over to the React show. Give me a few minutes to set it up. We'll get that going, and then we got 3 hours of reacting to do over on DSP Reacts. For those watching on demand, thanks for watching. And tomorrow, we'll see what's in the cards. I actually don't even know because right now, I don't think we have anything too crazy going on. We don't have any Street Fighter results to talk about, right? I guess we'll see. But thank you all for watching the Level 1 podcast. I will see you all tomorrow.